2, 1.
Good Thursday morning, everybody, and welcome to KSAT News Now. We're streaming every weekday at 11 a.m. and podcasting as well. Don't want to forget about that, so make sure to like, rate, and subscribe to the pod. How you doing this morning, Alicia?
I'm doing good. I'm a little thrown off because we're seeing other programming instead of usually we're able to see ourselves, so a little thrown off.
Well, we could see ourselves here,
yeah, I know.
So that's good.
In the flesh. There we go. There we are.
There we are.
Okay, so we have a lot to get to this morning. I'm very excited for this particular story, a popular course making a comeback at UTSA, and it'll really make you want to enroll, me included.
Okay.
I've been having an itch to go back to school, so maybe
this is gonna bring you back right here.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Also, why an employer now owes a man hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it deals with a party.
Yeah, definitely. So plus also a couple of local sports teams that are just doing the most. Why we're showing some love today to SAFC, shout out to them, and also Our Lady of the Lake University. Good stuff from those sports teams. We'll talk about that.
Absolutely, but we're going to start with some international news. More help is headed to Ukraine as the country continues to fight the Russian invasion. And just a few hours ago, President Joe Biden announced additional military aid for Ukraine that totals about $800 million, so a lot of money there.
The announcement comes on the same day that Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed his forces have taken over Mariupol, even as hundreds of Ukrainian troops remain in that city, which has obviously been under constant attack.
So the U.S. also will provide $500 million more in financial assistance for Ukraine. And this is to sustain critical government operations to help support salaries, pensions, or other programs.
In order to sustain Ukraine for the duration of this fight, next week I'm going to have to be sending to Congress a supplemental budget request to keep weapons and ammunition flowing without interruption to the brave Ukrainian fighters and continue to deliver economic assistance to the Ukrainian people.
And that, of course, President Joe Biden talking a little bit earlier this morning about sending more assistance to Ukraine. So this number here I found just to be staggering, Alicia, this morning. The United Nations also reporting the number of refugees that have fled Ukraine has now surpassed 5 million people and continues to rise, and another 7.7 million have been displaced within that country. It is a very sad and ongoing situation.
This is what I just think about, like, I'm sure these families dream about being able to go back home. I believe that, I think at one point they actually thought that they could, that this would be temporary or, just so much was unclear. But what is clear is that this is not ending anytime soon, and that so many of those homes have been destroyed, entire cities destroyed. So is there a chance for them to go home? Probably not. Not
to anything that they would recognize,
exactly.
At least. And especially after they gained their independence, 3 decades of building Ukraine as an independent country. Now you just see the amount of ruin and damage that has been done to many of those major cities. It is very sad to see. But again, those people are standing strong. They are still fighting and, just trying to do their best to hold on. So this support from our government hopefully helps in that cause.
And then remember that there are groups here in San Antonio who continue to raise funds, raise awareness, and really don't want you to forget about what's happening in Ukraine, and that's Ukrainian San Antonio. That group has really just done a lot, been involved with our local government and of course with the community, so we'll keep you updated on ways to help. But so it's been a bit since we talked about the deadly shooting. You remember on the set of the movie Rust, which happened back in October. It involved Alec Baldwin, and he accidentally shot cinematographer Selena Hutchins while rehearsing a scene, and unfortunately she did die.
Right, hard to believe it's been a few months now since that happened. So a new report released by the New Mexico health and safety officials says that the crew on the set of that movie Rust, quote, willfully violated safety rules.
It says gun safety procedures were not being followed on set, and the film's management team knew it and failed to correct it.
The report says the tragic incident would not have happened if the production crew would have actually followed standard procedures.
The production company is being fined more than $136,000, the maximum penalty actually allowed in the state of New Mexico.
And so going back to when this happened, Baldwin, you remember he gave a interview to ABC. He said that basically what happened was that he and Selena Hutchins were going over how she wanted to position his hand before the gun went off. Now he has said that he never pulled the trigger and that the gun actually misfired.
And so now that this report has come out. It's public. Baldwin's lawyer is saying the findings should exonerate him. He's still facing, and we say he, Baldwin, is still facing a lawsuit from Hutchins' husband.
Yeah, and you figured that there was going to be information about this coming out. And again, another sad incident all the way around here. Alec Baldwin staying defiant in the sense that he's saying that, you know what, he never actually pulled the trigger there. But again, it seems like definitely he's going to face some sort of financial or civil repercussions as we kind of move along with this situation.
But also that he's not going to be the only one.
Yeah.
Before all the attention,
Right.
fingers being pointed were really towards him, and now, you know, learning more information that the production company
Right.
itself, which makes sense,
Yeah.
also has played a role in all of this.
Right, because in that, especially in that lawsuit and in this report, they named basically the entire set and the production. So you're right. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of people now that are facing some of the blame here. All right, Alicia, so moving on to some other news. A surprise birthday party ends in a panic attack lawsuit, and years later, the birthday boy is awarded $450,000.
So Kevin Burling, he's the plaintiff. Back in 2019, he asked his manager at Gravity Diagnostics in Kentucky to not celebrate his birthday as they did for others, and this is why. He said it could lead to a panic attack and some uncomfortable childhood memories.
Well, the manager did the exact opposite and threw Burling a surprise birthday party in August of 2019. And what happened? Well, Burling had a panic attack, left the party, and ate his lunch in his car. But according to the lawsuit, it did not end there.
And we want to remind you, this man had said that he suffered from severe panic attacks. So the next day he comes back to work. Burling alleges he was confronted and criticized, even called, quote, a little girl, because he walked out. He suffered a second panic attack and was sent home. Days later, he was fired out of concerns about workplace safety.
Burling then filed a lawsuit alleging company discrimination and retaliation due to his disability. The trial was back in March, and the jury awarded him $450,000.
So, I mean, with this one, some people have laughed about it. They kind of make light of it. It's a birthday party. What's the big deal? But if you suffer from anxiety or really any mental health, anything going on, this can make you uncomfortable. There are people who get really uncomfortable in, you know, big crowds or speaking in front of a group in a meeting. Like, there are just so many things. And they always say, if you feel uncomfortable, say something. In this case, this man allegedly did. His manager and coworkers made light of it. He suffered this panic attack, so he reacted, and that's why they fired him, because of these workplace safety violations. But it was due to his anxiety attack.
Right, and you mentioned just all the different forms of anxiety that people do face. Public speaking, that's one of the biggest ones, and you're right, just you know, maybe being the center of attention, you know, not wanting to have that on you. So obviously this is a very interesting case, and you know, I guess it's good to see that this individual sort of is, you know, getting some compensation for going through all of this ordeal.
And a lot of the $450,000, $300,000 of that were awarded just for the emotional distress, and then the other were for his salary, loss in salary. So yeah. All right, this is the story. I was going to say, this is the song. This is the story that I'm really
It could be a song
about.
as well, yeah.
Okay, cuando escucho esta noticia, mi corazón quiere cantar.
Sí, biri biri bama. Como la flor, any one of those, yes.
I asked him to hit a high note, and I sent him the video early this morning so he could practice, and that's the best that he could do.
That was for, okay.
We know this.
Yes.
I'm turning red for you.
That was pretty good, I think, on the fly. Okay, biri biri bama.
It wasn't on the fly, though. It was planned.
It was. Selena Quintanilla is once again making waves at UTSA. The Selena course is back for the summer semester, and anyone, this is really cool, yes, anyone can enroll for this class.
So student or not, which includes me, I'm going to be there. The popular course Selena, a Mexican-American identity and experience, examines the life and career of the Queen of Cumbia, and it's taught by Associate Professor and Instructor Sonia Aleman of the Mexican-American Studies Department.
So this is a 5-week virtual course, so all you have to do is log in, that is going to be held Monday through Thursday, and it starts on May 31st. So you're going to do this.
So Alyssa, our producer, sent me this story yesterday, and I kind of really do want to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 1-hour commitment,
Right,
Monday through Thursday, 1 hour, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I mean, I was only bummed that it's virtual.
Right.
But then that means so many people can log on to
Yeah,
the course.
yeah.
I'm more of in person,
Right.
taking notes
Yeah.
in a classroom
Right.
setting. That's
So
where I thrive.
I've been in some roundtables that Dr. Aleman has held when it comes to speak about Mexican American studies, and also this Selena course, which obviously had a great reception from students in general. And I think that the important part of this, and people may be wondering, is like, okay, well, we keep on bringing up Selena, but it's such an important part of our culture, Mexican American culture, just what she accomplished in the short amount of time that she was here with us, and what she would have done in the future. I think it is a big part of our identity, seeing someone like this succeed on this national level.
Yeah, so there's some people who, of course, do not care for this, aren't okay with this. On KSAT.com, we have an article, and one of the comments, they said, quote, "They can offer a better course. They, as in UTSA, all the information about her can be found on YouTube for free. What a waste of time and money," end quote. So with that, I mean, again, we go back to Selena's role in just the identity for Mexican Americans in the Tejano cumbia scene. She's important. There's no denying that. And even though she died so many years ago, she still has an impact. So why not study? And they're not going to talk about, her #1 albums. That's not going to be the focus. The focus, again, is the examining of the identity and surely how it affects us years later.
Absolutely, yes. Culture, identity, our heritage. And so when was it, a few weeks ago, that we talked about the Selena movie being re-released, and that was the first time that a lot of people had seen a movie about a Mexican American who had done big things. And so it's been a big moment. And so I think I applaud the UTSA for doing this.
I mean, she's relevant, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
She's relevant. Queen of cumbia.
All right, speaking of local universities doing some big things, okay, get this. Did you know the country's longest softball winning streak belongs to a local university and alma mater of my co-anchor right here?
Woo, yeah, Our Lady of the Lake University
Cheers.
over on the west side, the West Side's jewel. The Saints have won 21 straight games. That's the current longest winning streak in all levels of college softball after Oklahoma lost to Texas. The Saints have 38 games overall and are primed to make a run to the softball championship. So congrats, ladies.
They are really impressive. I was looking at some of their record and what they've done so far, and one of the best teams in all of NAIA. So shout out to them. Really cool for us to kind of just talk about the success that this program has had.
And this is amazing. The ladies doing it big. I did also want to thank them because they sent, I follow Our Lady of the Lake on social media, but some of the team members themselves reached out and they were like, hey, can we get a shout out?
There
so
we
again,
go.
Congratulations, ladies. We are proud of you.
There we go. Yeah, very proud alum here. Also proud to mention SAFC. Big win over Austin FC last night at Toyota Field. So the place was rocking last night, and this was in the U.S. Open Cup. SAFC rallied to beat Austin 2-1 and advance in that tournament.
Are you going to go to one of their games?
I should have gone to that one last night. I was just talking to Justin about this. We should have gone because this is a big sort of regional rivalry, and there is a lot of bad blood between these two clubs.
Like the Taylor Swift song? Baby,
Exactly.
100%.
100%. So a little bit of backstory here. A lot of people, not necessarily me included, but a lot of people basically say that Austin FC stole our MLS franchise. SAFC was supposed to be in the MLS. Austin FC came in, and now because of the proximity of the two cities, we're probably not going to get an MLS team, but this was still a big win for SAFC.
Austin's
So
just
take
trying to
that,
take
Bedlars.
everything. First the tacos, they want to take the title for best tacos. It's not happening. Was this a question? Was this the same game where Mayor Ron Nierberg's picture of him holding the flag went viral?
That is it. That's definitely it.
It's just proof we're better than Austin at everything.
Everything, yeah.
Facts are just facts.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Now
are
Just
better.
dropping the facts.
This is going to live forever. Now I'm going to get emails.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
I was about to go on this whole thing about like, take that Matthew McConaughey, take that Verdes,
Yes.
take that El Tri. They're trying to take the Mexican national soccer team's nickname,
mean-
El Tri.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they're basically calling themselves El Tree because their logo's like a tree.
It's true.
What
Yeah.
in the
I
world?
don't know. I just
I
know
like
we
Matthew
won.
McConaughey, but anyways.
We won.
Yes, we did
Huge.
win. Yeah,
Big win.
2-1.
I think they're announcing right now, or at least in a few minutes, who they're going to be playing next. So that's pretty
Ooh,
exciting
okay.
stuff.
I want to go to one of their games.
It's
good
a lot
time.
of fun.
Yeah,
it
it
really
is a good
is. And the weather cooperated yesterday, which was
All right.
fantastic. We've
Yeah.
got a trivia question because I always like to
Weather
quiz you
101.
guys.
Here
Keep
we
us
go.
on our toes.
Here we go. If, one of these days, my clicker's
I
actually
know,
gonna work.
it's
There
going
we
to
go.
be on cue.
All right, so how much rain does San Antonio average per year?
Oh man, well this year's off to a rough start.
You got 4
but,
choices there.
I'm going to go with B, 32.
Okay.
You know, I was going to say that too, and the only reason is that that's one of my favorite numbers in roulette. When
Really?
you go, yes,
What?
to tables, Vegas, yeah, roulette, 32. Let's go.
All right, guys, you are big winners today. Yes.
Wow.
Grand prize winners.
What do we win?
You don't win a car, I'm sorry.
Oh.
But you do win some pride. So there you have that. And Alicia, you mentioned that it has been a rough start to the year. So far, we've only received 2.65 inches, which is nearly 5 inches below average. We need a lot more rain, and we need it quick. I don't know that we're going to get a ton coming up, but we do have some changes coming up in the forecast, which is really, really good. Here is a look at our rain chances. Sunday night, they start to pick up some. 40%, and then by Monday we have a 60% chance of rain. I'm overly excited about this because it is our first kind of decent chance of rain we've had in a long while. It's going to come courtesy of a cold front. I think we'll get some showers and storms and maybe some decent rainfall out of this. So that really is the good news that we have for you this morning. In the meantime, we got to suffer through more of this sort of muggy, warm, windy weather. Right now we've got cloudy skies. There's a little bit of drizzle out there. 75 degrees and reporting some drizzle at the airport. Dew point is at 70. That is extremely high with southeasterly winds at 14 miles per hour. Visibility is down just slightly because we do have some of that haze and drizzle coming down at this hour. As we look at the satellite picture, a lot of cloud cover out there. These clouds have been expanding here around the area, but we are starting to see a few breaks around Hondo. Just like yesterday, by the late afternoon and evening hours, it's possible we could see some sun, and that will just make things more hot and more muggy. 76 Rio Medina, 81 Castroville, 73 Canyon Lake, 77 in New Braunfels, 76 in Seguin, and 77 right now in Pleasanton, 78 down there at Stinson, and some 70s even in the Hill Country. Those numbers are already starting to jump up a little bit more as we speak. As far as the forecast goes, mostly cloudy is what we'll call it through 2 p.m., 82 degrees, 84 by 3 p.m., we're up around 85 by 6 p.m., and we've got those gusty southeasterly winds. So those winds are going to gust 20 to 25 in some cases. Be prepared for that. Kind of a windy stretch here. Here's the futurecast, and this is the area of low pressure off the west coast here that we're watching. So it's going to move east across the country, and as it moves east, that energy moves into the plains, and then we eventually get a front to develop. That front slides into South Texas, and that's going to be our rainmaker. So 20% chance late on Sunday, and then a much better chance on Monday. 60%, it'll be cool, kind of cloudy, one of those type days, and then the rain should linger into Tuesday morning before we clear out. How much rain are we going to get? That's the big question. And right now we can estimate somewhere in the range of maybe half an inch, a little bit more out west, a little bit less off to the east, and these are just estimates here, but any amount of rain at this point, we'll take it. And half an inch would be very, very welcome. So the extended forecast will go 88 tomorrow, 87 Saturday, 88 Sunday. Basically, same old stuff through Sunday. If you're heading to the air show this weekend, looks great. If you're heading to the Strawberry Festival, looks great. It's not until Monday that we get the rain chances and the cooler temperatures. 77 Monday, 78 on Tuesday, guys.
Nice. Yeah, so we have some good weekend weather coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be hot and humid, but it's not awful. Just, you know, if you're going out to those events, wear the sunscreen, drink the water, all that fun stuff that us meteorologists like to always say.
Wear your
fun
sunscreen.
stuff.
I like that. That's
Yeah, all
like a
the fun
dad
stuff.
thing.
It's so
He's
bad
a
about
dad.
wearing sunscreen.
Well, I mean, if I'm outside for 5 minutes, I got to put on sunscreen, so I know how that goes. But yeah, good idea.
All right, Monday. I'm looking forward to wearing my raincoat.
Ooh,
Grabbing
yeah,
my
we do need that
umbrella.
rain. Yeah.
Wonderful,
definitely.
Justin. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Okay.
All right. I was looking through some Facebook comments
Same here. Yeah, and I did see some
Adriana's
here.
cheering me on. Thank you, Adriana.
Yes, go. I want you to take this class. I don't know if I will, but I
Alyssa,
do
are
want
you
you to take
serious
this
about it?
class.
Alyssa? How much is it? That's a good question. So someone,
great question.
someone actually, Joey said, oh, it's not just to make money off of her. I mean, well, clearly universities are in the business of educating but making money. So.
And they've had this course before, so this is not something that they're introducing for people just out of nowhere. They've had this course over the past year or so.
And
with
there's a
Dr.
lot of
Alabama.
interest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like it, then don't take it, right?
That's true.
You know, I like
That's
it,
true.
so I might take it.
Yeah, I do like that they're opening this up to non-students. I've never seen that before from any
Yeah, there's
I may be
some,
out
like
of the loop or
SAC,
some,
I
but
think.
yeah, okay.
You can just sign up for one course.
Okay.
People usually do it for like art, ceramics, you know.
Yeah.
Well, art, ceramics are
Okay.
arts, okay.
All right. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
you do
single
have a fan there.
courses.
Adriana's cheering you on.
Adriana, thank you so much for encouraging me. I'll let you know how it goes or if I sign up, but I really
Yeah.
want to. May
Yeah.
31st, and it's a 5-week course, I think, so it goes on
Yeah.
until July 5th.
Yeah, so course again, the virtual course will be held from 6 to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday from May 31st through July 5th. Very cool stuff there.
All right,
Okay.
you guys, well, remember to download our app if you don't have it already. That way you can watch it on the go, KSAT Plus, our podcast, share that with people you know. But we appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow right here at 11 a.m.
Have a good day, everybody.